All right, we are officially live streaming. So this is the first episode of my new podcast called 360 Film. I'm going to be talking today with the company BROOMX. BROOMX is a VR projector of the future, is how I like to describe it to people. Why don't you guys tell me a little bit about your company and what got you guys started in this field?
Well, hi, I'm Ignazi. I'm from BROOMX Barcelona startup company. We have created the first system, all-in-one system to project VR, right? We like to present VR in a much more social and natural way, a way to be shared with different people. So we have created this projector called MK Player 360, which from a single point of projection, we can cover, as you can see here, 3 walls and all the ceiling in when you place it in a room. So all your field of vision while sitting in the room is fulfilled with image, sound, and also we can interact with another elements to create a much more immersive experiences, to make the most of this experience.
Cool. So to give people some background, about 6 months back, we got in touch with each other somehow, and you guys brought this projector to my apartment, and it was amazing seeing this thing in my apartment, sort of like my 360 films come to life on the walls and the floor and the ceiling all around me. And I was not expecting that to happen because I have like a lot of clutter in my apartment with like picture frames, and it was pretty seamless. So looking now on your background here, it looks even more amazing with the clear white room there and seeing the clouds. So, oh wow, and now you see the time lapse of the Bay Bridge. Is that the Bay Bridge? Where is that?
It is. It's actually an artist from LA who moved here, so we work with him very closely. His name is Mike Fowl. We strongly recommend everything he does, and he's one of our close collaborators. He's a content creator who submits content regularly to our platform. Once again, thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike. And so that's one of the artists we have. As you can see, this is 360 content. So the projector actually projects in 180 on horizontal angle, but the content is 360. So as you would with glasses, if you had VR goggles, you turn your head to see what was behind you. In this case, you use the touchpad on the smartphone application.
Just use your phone.
And you move content around. Does that make sense?
Oh,
Are you guys seeing this?
That's so amazing. Oh, man.
So this is kind of how it works technically. This is just one type of content. We have all sorts of different content. This is also from Mike Fowl. This was made with GoPro. He's also an artist. Apart from being a VR content creator, he's also a painter. So he decided to stick both together. I remember your cat. He flipped with our projector last night.
Yeah. He's now like going up to the live streaming camera. By the way, for folks who aren't aware, this is a live streaming 360 podcast that we're doing. So if you have any questions, just hashtag on Twitter 360 Film Podcast, and we'll answer your questions. And you can also find BROOMX on Facebook and Twitter if you just look up Broom and X, right?
That's it.
Yeah. BROOMX Tech is in Twitter.
Super easy name to remember. And what else is great is you guys are currently looking for 360 content right now, right? So
yes, we are totally, because it's an open platform, so we can actually play back any regular content. We're based on industry standards in about format and all this. So basically, anything that's out there, any of you guys listening to us who make great VR content, 360 media, immersive media of all sorts. Just contact us because we need you guys, and we hope you need us too, because this type of content, for example, this one right here, actually looks incredible on a wall. And if you think about it, goggles are great, but this is something else. The content is the same, but it's a different way to enjoy it. Once again, you can navigate through it like you would with goggles, but it's got, as you can hear, sound.
It's more
right?
more communal.
And other different layers. There's also interactive applications. I'll just demo that really, really quickly, yeah?
Yeah,
I'll just give you guys an idea. So I'm going to Google Street View. It takes a little while. This is Google Street View, right? So it's live. Once again, this is the view from our offices from outside. It's not great on what you probably see, but it looks great on the wall. So you actually put in an address, and you can go straight there, and you can move, forward like you would in Google Street View, and the image is corrected geometrically, so it fits your walls, and you're actually navigating through a real world, which is out there at Google Street View. So it's kind of, it might mess your head up for a while, because you're thinking, is that real? Is that virtual? Is that somewhere in between? Is that what they call mixed reality? So what we enjoy with this is that it's actually a totally open language. It's still VR. It's 360 media, but it's a different way to approach it. And we know that from the content creators who do send us content, of course they monetize that content. We're a platform that from the start, even though we're still a small company, we still believe that people who make great content should get money for it, right? So we never tell anybody they're going to get rich with us tomorrow, but they will on the long term, as we will too, and we'll keep on making great stuff. The idea with this is to explore a new way to make VR and to enjoy VR.
Honestly,
so every time we've had communication with content creators worldwide, they're all amazed because it means a whole lot more than with goggles. It's not better. It's just very different. For example, just one example, content creators often complain that they can't make feature film, or they have a reduced duration for their content because you have motion sickness and you can't really stick goggles on your face for 2 hours straight. A regular person wouldn't do that. Another good example is for kids, because kids here in Europe, we're in Europe, VR goggles are forbidden to children, whereas not here because it's projected on your wall. So there's a whole different paradigm on, concept on how you approach VR, and we know that every time we have content creators come here and check it out, like, the live experience, they always come back and go, wow, and then send us more stuff and test, and we really enjoy doing that. To be honest, what we usually do is when we get new material, we test it all together, the team, on Thursday nights, having a drink and joking around, and it's always incredible.
Cool. Well, I would love to contribute some of my content to you guys, because I think this is a great way for people to watch 360. One of the challenging things about showing it at film festivals and showing it to large groups of people at events is that you have to have a long line of people, and each person goes one-on-one into the experience. And for me, I love going to movie theaters and seeing scary movies there because you get this visceral, communal experience. And I think that's what you guys are really bringing to the 360 VR scene right now, and that's amazing. I guess what I'm curious to know is if folks online who are watching this right now want to submit their content to you, should they do it best through Facebook message or Twitter, direct message? How do you guys like people to get in touch with you?
Well, actually, we can test content in just the easiest ways that you just mentioned. That's an option. But in order to make that content available to all the users of the MK players, because we upload and update content remotely, then it has to go through some kind of terms and conditions that you have to sign, of course, for rights.
Paperwork,
right?
Yep.
So in this case, the best way is really to send us a mail and say, I'm a content creator, I'm an artist, I'm a developer, and I'd like to make content for the MK Player 360. How can I do that? And we'll send you a kit, what we call the content submission kit, where you have the specs for the specs and format for the videos and images, and a small SDK for all you developers out there. Just a short SDK. More is cooking. More will be coming for all you Unity developers and Unreal developers, etc. So you send us a mail, we send you that kit, and then it's all in that kit on how it works. And then we can integrate your content in about an hour. Everyone around the world who has an MK player can access that content through the smartphone application. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. So one of the things that really blew me away that you guys demoed this time that I didn't get to see last time is you actually went to Google Maps and moved it around. That's pretty incredible. I imagine you're starting to plug in a lot of other VR apps into there, possibly, yeah?
We are plugging in a lot of stuff, though we're still not ready to show because we're working with collaborators here in Spain and around the world. We will be releasing plugins for Unity and Unreal shortly, although I'm not supposed to say any straight dates right now. So
gotcha.
we won't say because we can't, right? This is top secret stuff. But yes, there's a lot of different apps. A lot of them are, for example, this is like generated,
so
generative content. So you can actually, it's also interactive, so I can move all these pixels around me. So that's kind of
I can turn my apartment into a dance hall like that. Like, this is like the coolest, concert right now, basically. That's insane. So tell me, what are it's been about 6 months since the last time I seen you. What are some big developments? I know through email you guys are telling me now you're appearing in like different hotels and different, tell me what's been the big news.
Well, first of all, when we met, the projection, the system, it was still, let's say, under development.
Hmm.
It was not yet for the final user.
It was like
Today we have,
one of two in the world, right, at the time.
yeah, exactly.
Wow.
We brought to you, I think, the first one.
It was a
Oh.
prototype. What you saw was the number one.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Today we have already 10 units running, 10 units installed in different places, all of them still in Europe, right? But you can find it in four different hotels in Spain, right? So in your next vacations into Europe, you can stay in this kind of virtual room in some of your hotels. Also, so all this stuff that we are asking for, no, to the different content creators in the world, most of them, the end users of this content will be guys, will be families, will be people staying in these hotels, right? They are super engaged with the projector. They are paying around 50 euros or $50 extra to have this room, to have this equipment in their room, right? And what they request all the time is more and more content, best content, longer content, more engaging content.
Cool.
Right? So always content is king. We just have created the machine, the system, the tool to convert any room in an experience, into an adventure, or into an environment. But we need more and more content, not for us, but for all these end users that they are expecting, no? And they are already enjoying the system, but they want more and more and more content. But what else? Apart of hotels and museums,
Mm-hmm.
we have opened new sectors. We are starting doing proof of concepts with, for example, automotive sector, with real estate, with pharma. We are in open conversations with many different hotel brands in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So as for now, our customers are mainly Spanish hotels, which are not only in Spain. They have hotels, for example, in the Caribbean area or in all Europe as well as Asia.
Mm-hmm.
But now we are in open conversations with American hotels, Germany, England, etc.
Well,
Right?
I want to
So
get.
the response is being super incredibly amazing. The first hotels that they had our technology, they requested immediately for new units. So this is the best indicator. We have a small number but very happy customers and are ready to scale, ready to buy much more units, and also opening all these new different sectors. Another sector which is very, very interesting for us is we have specific content created to patients in many different ways.
We're starting to break
So
up a
it's
little bit with you.
it's which are doing actions with them.
Ahí, pero just one thing about what he just said. So about health, right now, one of the last people who sent us content are an incredible company. They're not really a company; they're actually just great people. They're called the Dolphin Swim Club. I hope they're hearing. You know, this is incredible. So what they do is social VR. They go and film 360 wild dolphins. They swim with the dolphins. They've had a long history with that. And then they use that with many universities and hospitals around the world, for example, Mount Sinai, to help pain relief on people who are, for example, badly burnt people, changing their bandages. They get this experience of swimming with the dolphins, and they measure the pain relief. So this is all very scientific stuff. I'm not a scientist, as you probably noticed, but it means that, you know, VR is great in many use cases, as you guys know. So it's great entertainment, but this kind of thing really means something to us. So, and it means something we're trying to integrate here in a hospital with which we're talking. And that would be, this is like something that we're very like happy about, and it should be happening very soon. basically, I'll show you the content so you can get an idea.
Sure.
So the Dolphin Swim Club, I'll put the short version.
I would also love to talk with you guys and connect you with some different organizations I know of doing VR, like making content in relation with environment and climate change.
All right.
Great organization called Hydros who's doing that right now, and they have a lot of like great underwater footage that might be able to have some like cross purpose with medical use. And also just I think connecting you guys with film festivals would be a great opportunity.
Be great. That would be incredible.
It's a huge.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. We know that we can count on you. We know how you enjoy our machine and how we enjoy your feedback and stuff. Because I mean, people like you are the people who make this kind of project, which could be. I mean, Spain sounds far away for you guys, I guess. So thank you so much for all your help and all your support with all this. To us, I have to admit, when we saw you in your house in this same apartment where you are right now, we were on a tour around the U.S. showing our machines around. To be honest, I'm sure Ignacio will agree. The experience that showing you in your living room was actually mind-blowing because it was totally different than going to an office, up and down elevators and with little badges. That was like the real thing, like something directly, and someone who's so far away from our home here. So, yeah. Kevin.
Thank you. The next thing that I would like to bring you guys out for would be a film festival, a big film festival in California or maybe one in Utah. And we can maybe talk about that a little bit more offline. But I want to end this conversation by talking about what do you see the future for your company? Last time when we spoke, I sort of imagined you guys taking this and turning it into like a miniature Alexa-sized projector system. Do you guys still have those aspirations?
Yep, yes we do. So as we spoke 6 months ago, and we feel like we're going in the direction that we said. Basically, right now, what Ignacio was telling you about the hotel business. Why are we in hotels? Why don't we go to Walmart? Well, the reason for that is first because when we're still developing. So since last time, maybe our machine looks the same as what you saw. But we've been upgrading hardware like drastically. We've been upgrading the back end and the front end and the application and the CPU inside the machine to drastically. So everything's much more fluid. We can get much better resolutions, etc. So there's been like major changes that you might not see when you look at the machine, but that we know how it's going behind that. So that's one thing.
It's so surreal seeing the diver just behind you. Like it really looks like you guys are underwater in a pool. It's just like perfect framing.
Yeah, it's strange. And so why we're in hotels is because when we put a machine in one hotel room, then we actually access hundreds/thousands of users who give us feedback, and so we get to know what content they like, how they use it, how they feel about it. They can give us suggestions. So this is kind of why with a few units we get many we access many, we reach out to many people. So the next step, of course, is having one of these in every living room, right? Mm-hmm. Sounds obvious. It's like you always had a TV in your living room. Well, VR is here, right?
Yeah.
You need a way to watch VR with your family, without isolating yourself with your cat, totally. Without isolating yourself necessarily with goggles. It's not the same experience. So this is what we're aiming for.
Yeah, exactly. And talking about the hotels, the feedback that we get from the end users, which are hotel guests, it's extremely interesting because it's not coming only from VR top creators like you, or like probably or students or whatever, no, but not only guys working on VR or VR passionates, but just tourists, right? Mm-hmm. So they have enjoyed from very young kids, right? 5, 8 years old guys that went to Barcelona with their families, to people from 60s, on their 60s, on their 70s. So the scope of population enjoying VR through our system, it's growing and growing, right? It's not only the let's say the geekies, no, the very passionate about VR, but it's almost everybody, right? So this is very, very valuable. We have opened, this is kind of a door open to everybody who wants to start using VR and avoiding the problems, no, the limitations that VR goggles have.
Totally.
Right?
Totally.
And you know, you guys know I'm sort of an expert on the limitations of the VR glasses and putting cell phones next to your head because my film
Yeah, yeah,
Mobilize. But
totally.
I think that's kind of all the time we have left for today. I want to end it by plugging you guys again. You can find them online at BROOMX on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and any other platforms I'm missing. The website broomx.com.
Yep, BROOMX.com.
Yeah, and YouTube,
And,
especially
and
YouTube,
YouTube,
we
of
have
course,
great
YouTube.
videos.
And
So yes, it's the best way to understand and to see how we can work, how we can change every environment and every room, and to know some of the projects we have worked on.
that's so surreal, those visuals behind you guys. I just want that like in the background every time when I'm doing a video.
This guy is great. This guy is great. Hey, we want to also thank you very much, just to end up, thank you very much, Kevin, for everything. And yeah, we really need to talk. We need to keep this going because, yeah, we need people like you. That's what makes the whole magic, right? Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, and remember to subscribe if you like this video and hashtag 360film podcast. This was episode 1, talking about the future of projection and how people are going to see movies in the future, I think. So thank you guys so much. I'm sure the next time I talk with you, AMC will have a signed contract and it will be in like a fancy room that I have to go in with a badge and whatnot. But yeah, thank you guys again and have a great day.
That's the plan.
All right, talk to you later and we'll continue on email. All right, see you guys.
Thank you, Kevin. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you
Thanks,
guys
Lou.
online. Bye-bye. All right, and we're